You guys are father-son team here selling cool cars, right?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We absolutely love it. We try to make Dallas one of our places, and this is one of the ones that we brought.
Yes, so this car is really gorgeous. It's a second-gen Nova, and it's LS swapped, and it's got twin turbos, and I mean, the restoration upgrade situation on this car is really gorgeous.
It is phenomenal. So this is a client of mine. How they built this is an LM7, which is a cast iron block. They went through, they did all of the engine work, twin turbos, 66 millimeters, precision turbo, everything on this. Stainless works exhaust. Everybody kind of had a hand in this on actually doing the full build on making this a really fast, awesome car. And what the goal was kind of get right there in an LM7 at about 950 horsepower to the rear wheel out of a
just
cast
under
iron
1,000.
block. Yeah, which is amazing. So there's a whole team that went through to get it to that, and it hit right there. It's detuned at roughly just about 726 to the rear wheel. So that's actually really good out of a 5.3 LM7 cast iron.
Amazing.
Yep.
So how important is oil when it comes to all these cars that you're out here selling and finding and buying, and what's the importance of the oiling system for you?
Oil is the biggest thing. It's what actually keeps everything going. It's what you'll literally put in at the very beginning, your break-in oil. You'll go through and make sure that with any car that you have to make sure that you're using the right oil, that you're doing regular maintenance. That's what will keep the longevity of these cars. We see some that are, we have a 76 Pontiac that just came in. It had regular oil changes on it. It's still on original engine, original everything. And just with the oil maintenance alone is what really has allowed that engine not to have to be rebuilt and still have that longevity.
Keeps the seals and the bearings and everything taken care of, and so
everything.
Good.
And weight, as you learn, there's so many different weights that go into things. The new cars now, they are, going with a lower winter rating. And, when you get into some of the older cars with the conventional and the new synthetics, stuff like that, it is amazing what the oil can do to really get more of a longevity for 5,000-10,000 miles. Or, a year rather than 6 months.
Liven it up, quiet it down,
exactly.
All the moving components.
No more lifter noise. This was an imported material. It was actually custom done. They actually fitted everything to go all the way around, bring it into the trunk and into the interior. Custom made console. Also put in Holley's EFI system. The Sniper EFI system is integrated into the old ashtray, right? Because there's no more ashtrays anymore. So we might as well use a functionality to that. Dakota digital gauges throughout in there. Obviously, you got to bring in the Budnick steering wheel. Those are just definitely a go-to. And it just really wraps around, and it has an amazing feel. The pictures and video on this just do not give it justice for the actual touch and feel of this material. Push to start is definitely one of the great things with it. Gives some security behind it, and then also just allows for a little bit of that new technology into the system.
I mean, this is insane. Is this airbrushing, or did they?
Yeah, so this is airbrushing. So what they did on this is they would go from the bottom before they laid the top, the little mesh grills, the little billet mesh grills.
Yeah.
So then they'd lay it down, they'd tape around, and then they'd spray and bring that with airbrush on there.
That is amazing.
Very intricate, and you can see just the straightness of it. It's hard to get. It's it's definitely a master craft to be able to have the patience to deal with it, because you can't just spray it and then go back and spray it. It literally takes a while.
Yeah, and imagine you do one piece and then you're like, well, I've got to start on this other piece, and I better not mess it up.
Exactly.
And then back here, there's some beautiful airbrushing with the Nova on the rear quarter.
Yes.
That is so rad.
Yes, it followed through, and we tried to bring that chrome aspect of the early 70s chrome into it, and keep that, and match it in with the wheels, and really just show it off, and still have that stance of the new kind of era, but also keep that originality of the 70s.
And modernize it. And the rear offset of these wheels is just so gorgeous.
Yes. That's Detroit Speed is who did the rear, the whole rear subframe, and Raceline is who was able to get in and get those to sit just perfect. And that deep dish, it literally is amazing.
Primo.
And it's got all the traction that you need to handle the turbos.
Absolutely. Puts the power to the ground. I love it. This car's amazing. I can't wait to see it go across the block.
Oh,
It's going to
yes.
be super cool.
We're excited. We're excited.